is the middle cranial fossa. So you can see here, it is a butterfly shaped fossa. It has got a small median part and expanded lateral parts. Each expanded lateral part, when you are seeing it closely, you can see it is made up of the greater wing of sphenoid bone. So this is the greater wing of sphenoid bone. Then the inner surface of the squamous part of the temporal bone. So you can see here, this is the temporal bone. And the inner surface of the squamous part of the temporal bone here. Then the anterior surface of the petrous part of temporal bone. So you can see that this is the greater wing of sphenoid, the inner surface of the squamous part of the temporal bone, and the anterior surface of the petrous part of the temporal bone. So that forms the lateral part. You can see in the greater wing of sphenoid, some foramens as visualized. So this is the greater wing of sphenoid. You can see some foramens here. So some of the important ones are superior orbital fissure. It is a retort shaped fissure. Then a rounded fissure known as foramen rotundum. Then an oval fissure known as foramen ovale. And then a small foramen known as foramen spinosum. So first is superior orbital fissure. So I said in the beginning, it is a retort shaped fissure. So retort shaped, or it is an oblique cleft. You can see like this, it is an oblique cleft. And this fissure is bounded above and medially by the lesser wing of sphenoid, below and laterally by the greater wing of sphenoid, and medially by the body of sphenoid. So that is the shape, retort shaped. Okay. Now, when you are viewing from the anterior aspect, you can see this is the superior orbital fissure. You can see the oblique cleft. This is the superior orbital fissure. The thing you have to remember is that this superior orbital fissure is subdivided by a common tendinous ring of Sinn. So this tendinous ring gives origin to the recti muscles of the eyeball. And this divides the superior orbital fissure into three parts, that is the lateral, intermediate and medial parts. So you can see here, this is the superior orbital fissure. It is a retort shaped fissure. And you can see the common tendinous ring of Sinn that gives origin to the four recti muscles. You can see the four recti muscles of the eyeball. This superior orbital fissure is divided into three parts, that is lateral part, intermediate part and the medial part. You can see some important structures pass through these parts. So you have to learn this diagram thoroughly. The lateral part transmits. You can see one artery here, that is the recurrent meningeal branch of the lacrimal artery. Then three nerves that you can remember by a cord LFT, that is the lacrimal nerve, the frontal nerve and the trochlear nerve. The lacrimal and frontal are branches of ophthalmic division of the trigeminal nerve. Then you have got one vein that is known as a superior ophthalmic vein. So these are the structures that are passing through the lateral part. Whereas the intermediate part, so you can see the tendon, it is contained within the tendinous ring. This intermediate part transmits the two divisions of oculomotor nerve, in between that nasociliary nerve, and then below that abducens nerve. This nasociliary nerve is also a branch of the ophthalmic division of the trigeminal nerve. And in the medial part, you get the inferior ophthalmic vein. These structures pass through the superior orbital fissure.